Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video from my channel Star Memories. In today's video we'll be highlighting America celebrities who have passed away in the last few days. Our first news is this: 8 dead, 13 injured after hot air balloon crash in Brazil. The people of Brazil are mourning a terrible tragedy. A hot air balloon crashed June 21st in the municipality of Praia Grande, Brazil, leaving 8 people dead and 13 more injured, according to a news release from the government of Santa Catarina. The balloon, which was carrying 21 people, including the pilot, per the release, crash-landed near a health center. No one is believed to be missing. Following the fatal incident, Santa Catarina Governor Jorginho Melo, who was on an official trip to China at the time of the crash, sent his condolences to the victims and their families while emphasizing his commitment to investigating the matter. "We are in mourning," Melo said in a video posted on X, formerly Twitter, June 21st, translated from Portuguese. "A tragedy has happened. We will see how it unfolds, what happened, why it happened. But the important thing now is for the state structure to do what it can." The 13 survivors were evaluated by firefighters and taken to nearby hospitals, according to a press release from the Santa Catarina Military Fire Department. Meanwhile, officials offered a preliminary account of how the crash occurred. According to the pilot, who is one of the survivors, a flame started inside the basket, and then he began to lower the balloon. Praia Grande head police officer Tiago Luis Lemos told Brazilian newspaper Folha de São Paulo, translated from Portuguese. When the balloon was very close to the ground, he ordered people to jump out of the basket. "Some were unable to jump," he continued. "The fire grew and the balloon ended up falling." While local authorities tend to the matter, Brazilian Prime Minister Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva also offered additional resources if necessary. "I would like to express my solidarity with the families of the victims of the balloon accident that occurred this Saturday morning in Santa Catarina," he wrote in a post on X translated from Portuguese. "I would like to place the federal government at the disposal of the victims and the state and municipal forces that are working on the rescue and care for the survivors." Second news is this: River Phoenix's ex Martha Plimpton makes rare comment about romance. Martha Plimpton is reflecting fondly on her ex River Phoenix. The Raising Hope actress, who dated the late actor for 4 years in the 80s and 90s, explained that she remained close friends with him until his untimely death in 1993 at the age of 23. "When we did break up eventually, we did remain friends," Martha said on the July 17th episode of Jesse Tyler Ferguson's Dinners on Me podcast. "We were each other's first love. That relationship never really goes away. You can't ever let something like that go. It's just too important and too altering." Emphasizing the impact of their relationship, the Emmy winner, who starred alongside River in the 1986 film The Mosquito Coast and 1988's Running on Empty, added, "It's a huge part of who I am. So yeah, of course we stayed friends." Martha also detailed the difficulties that the Oscar nominee, who died as a result of acute multiple drug intoxication, faced as a result of his stardom. "Fame was really hard on River," the 54-year-old continued. "He really didn't know what to do with all of that. He wanted to do good, but the contradictions of Hollywood were too difficult. It got harder as we got older, and River became more famous," she continued. "He was not as equipped as maybe some other people might be to handle that stuff because he was, at heart, very innocent and a driven-by-love human being." Despite his struggles, though, Martha explained that River was endlessly supported by her, his brother Joaquin Phoenix, and his family. "He was lucky to have me and his family, his brothers and sisters," she said. "His illness was incredibly difficult for him to manage on his own, and he never really got the help that I think he would have done amazingly well with." Martha added, "If he had gotten that help, I think he would have been an incredible advocate for sobriety and for people struggling with addiction. Unfortunately, it got him before he had a chance to do that." And in the wake of his absence, the actress tearfully noted, "I miss him every single day. every single day. Read on for more stars who have been open about their experiences with addiction and sobriety. Jason Biggs. In October 2018, the American Pie star announced he was 1 year sober in a celebratory and encouraging Instagram post. I first tried to get sober over 5 years ago, when the weight of my obsession with booze and drugs became too heavy for me to handle, he wrote at the time. Turns out this tea is hard. He continued, after some fits and starts, I've managed to put together 1 year of sobriety. I'm as proud of it as anything in my life. If you're struggling, know there's help. Don't be ashamed. We can do this. Years later, he reflected on his journey with addiction and the lengths he went to hide his struggle. I'm going to therapy and working on things. But meanwhile, I'm leaving therapy, having just had a good session, and I'm going to the liquor store and buying a fifth of vodka, drinking it, and then driving home, he said on a March 2024 episode of his wife, Jenny Mollin's All the Fails podcast. I knew how to get wasted enough to where I took myself out of the life equation, took myself out of the present, didn't have to connect in a way that made me feel things. He added, I had it figured out to a T, to not get too drunk where I couldn't have a conversation with you. I was replacing those bottles in the bar all the time. Ashlyn Harris. The two-time FIFA Women's World Cup champ has been open about her misuse of Adderall while battling injuries during her college soccer career. I was getting really heavily addicted to Adderall and misusing it, she said on a 2025 episode of the Question Everything with Danielle Robay podcast. I was taking it all the time. I would go days without sleeping. It was wild. I felt like I was going to give myself a heart attack. I was crushing it. I was snorting it. It was so problematic. However, in the midst of her struggle, her college coach Anson Dorrance was there to support her. It got really, really dark, and I had to make some serious adjustments, she explained. And Anson would have me read books. I started reading this book called Man's Search for Meaning, and it's about suffering and reframing it, and it changed my life. Jax Taylor. The Valley Star shared his decades-long battle with drugs in March 2020 after going to rehab. I am coming out that I'm an addict, Jax shared during the March 4th episode of Bravo's Hot Mic podcast. I have substance issues, primarily with cocaine. It's hard to say out loud. I've been dealing with this on and off since I was 23, and now I'm 45, he continued. There was times where I would stop doing it, but then there were times where I'd go heavy on it. Jax also gave up drinking, explaining, I don't necessarily think I have an alcohol problem, but the two go hand in hand. I can't do cocaine without drinking, so I just gave up both. I'm proud to say I'm 83 days sober right now, which is the longest I've ever gone in my life without either. Thank you for watching. Like and comment.